Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I just got back from a epic Northern Ontario trip. I was north of Sudbury for about 5 days at a cellular range. The weather was perfect. Everything went well. First trip on the Bronco this summer. It was the first trip with my Valkyrie roof rack, rooftop tent, and my custom load floor, which is the topic of today's episode. So this video, I'm going to be detailing rear seat removal for a two-door Bronco, which basically leads to the load floor. This video is a little different because it's a collaborative effort between myself and my good friend Dino of Dino's Tinker Shed. So here's a quick peek at my load platform. Got a slider here, obviously, 500-pound rated, lockable, Rotopax mount. And behind that, I got a Milwaukee pack-out load platform, storage for dry goods and miscellaneous items. In front of that goes my cooler. And behind there is my Renogy dual input charge controller and 1000-watt inverter. My inputs and outputs for the electrical over here, various USB ports, cigarette lighter, solar panel input. So when creating this rear seat delete video, I'm hoping maybe I can inspire some of you to create your own load platform. If you stick around to the end, I'm going to link you over to Dino's Tinker Shed. My friend Dino was going to introduce me and my Bronco to his subscribers and then go through the build process. You're not going to want to miss it. Stick around. Starting in the trunk, we're going to remove the lasso hook trim covers. Pry at the leading edge, then pop it free. Two on the driver's side and two on the passenger side. Now that we have the hook retaining bolts exposed, we'll go ahead and remove them. 10mm flange bolt, 8 in total. These bolts are threaded into a pinched opening which act like a thread lock. If you have a 1/4 inch cordless impact driver, go ahead and break it out. Once all 8 bolts are removed, set aside the lasso hooks and lift the trunk floor out of the way. Moving now to the seat back rear mounting hardware. These bolts are accessed after prying free the trim covers. However, before moving ahead with the seat back removal, we're going to move forward and remove the rear seat cushions. These are easily removed with simply a pair of Torx fasteners per cushion. Returning to the back now, continue removing the 4 bolts holding the rear seat backs. Note that the two inner bolts pass through exposed to the underside of the truck and are therefore already starting to corrode, as you can plainly hear. Once those bolts are free, move over to the forward seat back retaining bolts and remove those. Once the seat back is free of its moorings, disconnect the electrical plug for the seatbelt buckle. After unplugging the buckle, prepare to go to war with one of my favorite factory fasteners, the barred push pin. These are no joke, folks. Two pins need to be removed to gain access to the buckle mounting bolt. The reason the buckles are removed is because they need to remain plugged into the truck so as not to throw any error codes. Once the buckle is removed, the seat back is ready to be put aside. For the second seat back, I decided to leave it bolted in while I fought with those push pins. And fought I did. After mangling the push pin beyond recognition with my small pry tool, it was time to declare a winner. Except I'm not entirely sure who won this round. I found it much easier removing the buckle with the seat back still bolted to the floor. After clearing out both seat backs and cushions, I put the seat harbor back in place for safekeeping, not knowing what we were going to utilize in securing the load floor. The seatbelt buckle hardware uses a serrated wave washer to keep the bolt and spring assembly together. Seeing as the buckle will need to stay with the truck, I disassembled this unnecessary hardware and stored it away. Plug the buckles back into the harnesses and tuck them as best as you can under the sound deadening. And this basically completes the rear seat removal process. Click on the link in the corner or follow the link in the description and head over to Dino's Tinker Shed to follow the load floor build.